you're a criminal in the audience. But I'm going to hand over now to the expert. It's Sergeant Pete Watson from the West Midlands Police Dog Unit.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the West Midlands Police Dog Unit display. My name's Sergeant Pete Watson, and I'm the Chief Instructor at the West Midlands Police Dog Training Centre at Balsall Common, not far from here. OK, so what are you going to see? Today we're going to take you on a little journey through the life of the police dog, both specialist search dogs and the more commonly known general purpose police dog. We're going to start off with showing you some of our puppies. We have about 150 puppies in our breed scheme, and we're very reliable on our puppy walkers. And here you see Sarah with police dog Pilgrim. Pilgrim is a 10-week-old German Shepherd dog. He's lovely, isn't he? Unfortunately, they don't stay that size. They grow a bit bigger. And then you see Louise with 6-month-old police dog Cat. She is a Dutch herder dog and has recently come to us as a gift. Then we have police dog Ice, who again is a Dutch herder from our breed scheme. She is 13 months old. And then we have Dan with police dog Kenty. Kenty is a 10-month-old German Shepherd dog from our breed scheme again. And behind Dan is Dave with police dog Izzy, who is the same age as police dog Ice because they're actually sisters, again from our breed scheme. As I said earlier, we have 150 pups in the scheme, and as such we rely very heavily on these wonderful people here who we class as our puppy walkers. Very dedicated group of people indeed. Okay, that's some of the pups. Now, Kenty here on your left and Izzy up there in front of you are about to be worked by David and Terry, who are our breed scheme managers. Now, these dogs are what we call, they're ready for a course, so they're pre-course dogs. And what we're showing you now is just a little bit of play, so the dogs are frustrated into a bark, and that behaviour, when it's achieved, is rewarded with a bite on the bite roll. There we go. And if you look at the bite pad and the bite pillow that they're biting on there, there's a full mouth bite. So the bite pad goes right to the back of the mouth. And then once they're doing that, we progress it on to a slightly larger bite roll, which Dave and Terry are displaying now. Again, the dog will sit and bark, and once that behaviour is achieved, is rewarded with the bite and that bite roll. Now, that bite roll is unique in its design because once we've achieved that behaviour, we can slip it on the arm, which Dave and Terry are doing now. Again, repeating the exercise, a sit and bark, and then the arm is brought across the front of the body and the bite is delivered. And then we move that on a bit to a bit of a chase back, so Dave and Terry will frustrate the dog again into a bark, and this time the dog has to hit a moving target. So I'll just move out of Terry's way. There we go. Look at that. A nice firm bite. Well done. It's very important that we ensure that these bites are solid and are fixed in the sleeve, and that's what David and Terry were showing you there by swinging the dog round. It shows how firm the bite is on the sleeve, and it's important to us that they maintain that bite and that they don't move up and down the sleeve. I'll explain to you why shortly. Straight chase here for the dog. There we go. And Kenty. There we go. Lovely. Nice full mouth bite. Leads handed back to the handler and the run around. There we go. Police dog Izzy and David, and police dog Kenty and Dan. As I said earlier, they are our pre-course dogs. What you're about to see now are two dogs that are currently on courses at the moment. Here we have PC Paul Howes and police dog Ice, and PC Paul Van Veen with police dog Stig. Both these animals are from our breed scheme. Again, you're going to see the dogs are going to assume a position of a sit and bark in front of the helper, and once that's achieved, the toy is going to be delivered, and again, a full mouth bite. So these dogs are a little bit more advanced than the dogs you've just seen. So they're on a course now and they're being developed. So the equipment changes slightly now, and we go on to what we call a Schutzen sleeve, which is a larger sleeve, and all it is a larger toy for the dog. So once the correct behaviour has been achieved, the bite is delivered to the animal and wins the sleeve when it's a decent bite. There we go. So again, we're going to see a bit of a chase back again with the larger dogs. So a couple of missed bites, bit of a run-off, straight chase. Dog is sent, nice bite. There we go. Well done. That's lovely. So, what we're going to display to you now is a test of courage for these animals. There are two tests of courage. We use a stick attack and a gun attack, but what you're about to see is the stick attack. Challenge is made by the handler. Put the weapon down, or the dog will be deployed. The dog is deployed, a nice firm bite. The stick is used to slap the dog on either side. It is a soft, slappy stick, and the helpers will slap the sticks on the sides to show that it doesn't hurt. There we go, but that is a bit of pressure put on the dogs, the sticks waved in front of their eyes. There we go, police dog Ice, PC Paul House, and police dog Stig with PC Van Veen. Okay. What we're going to do now is a little bit different. These are our specialist search dogs you're going to see. We will have a look at some more of the GP dogs shortly. On your right, we have PC Neil Cherrington and police dog Noddy. And on your left, we have PC Keith Bennett and police dog Heath. Both these dogs are our drugs search dogs. Now, we call them drugs dogs, but really that's a little bit misleading. They're actually search for drugs, firearms, and cash. Now, we're going to do two search examples here for you. Both these dogs are going to be worked up either side of the arena here, and they're going to be searching for component parts of a firearm. Once the dog locates the hide, they will give what we call a passive indication, where the dog will sit and stare at the hide, and then will be rewarded by the handler for the correct behaviour. So as you see, the dog, with little intervention from the handler, will be tasked to search up and down along the arena until they find the hide. One on the right there. One on the left. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. A nice passive indication. Well done. So the dog is rewarded with a toy. That's what they get for the behaviour. Good. Right, that's the firearm search. What you see in front of you now is a crisscross shape with some cones and a suitcase in the middle. What these dogs are now going to search for are controlled substances such as drugs. Now, these dogs will examine every single inch of these cones so that they don't miss anything at all, and they'll do that without much intervention from the handler either. So there they are, right round the cone, up and down, round the base. They'll do the same when they come to the suitcase. They'll go right round the suitcase, top and bottom. These dogs are nice and sociable with each other. They can be worked together if needs be. This is what we call focus training. And again, at the end, when they come to the hide where the substance is, we'll have a nice fixed passive indication. Well done. Super. Okay, so police dog Noddy and police dog Heath. Okay, I need some help now. I need 10 volunteers from the crowd here. Just stick your hand up if you want to come out. What we're going to show you now is our passive scanning dogs. Now, these dogs work differently from the searching dogs that you've seen here, and in that they scan the air around people. So they're used to people, but they must be very good in that they don't touch the person that they're scanning. They mustn't interfere with them in any way. And here we have 4-year-old police dog Jasper and his handler, PC Russ Martin. Russ is a very experienced passive dog handler. This is his second dog in this field. And what you're going to see now is, just imagine this being a nightclub queue. They are getting younger and younger, these nightclub queues, it would appear. So we have the nightclub queue, and as you can see, Jasper is working his way up and down the queue. Bit of guidance from Russ there, just making sure he doesn't miss anything where potentially there could be a substance or a trace of a substance. And when he gets to the hide, you will see, hopefully, a nice, fixed, passive indication. There we go. Ball reward. Great stuff. So, we'll move that on a bit now. It's just finishing the scan. And what you're going to have now is, I'll call them a gaggle of people. There we go. So a bit random now. They're not in a line. They're all together. The dog can work around this group of people. They're walking around. That's it. And Russ will show a bit of a chase, what we call a chase back here, whereby when the dog gets to the hide, it will pull the handler back to where the hide is. There we go, he's walking away. Now, if you look at his tail, he's a happy little soul, isn't he? There we go. Well done. Tremendous. Police dog Jasper and PC Russ Martin. Thank you to you all for giving us a help. Okay, now as you can imagine, the streets of Birmingham at times, there is a lot of crime out there, but it's well dealt with. But oh dear, what's going on here? That's shocking. And it's Sunday afternoon, boys. What's going on? I think that was the Michelin brothers, wasn't it? Keep your eyes peeled for them, okay? We might see them again. If you see them, please shout out, let me know, okay? We've got to get them off the streets. Right, moving on now. It's not all about biting our police work with our GP dogs. They also search for property and people. They track as well for people. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a bit of a property work exercise with police dog Izzy. So if I get some articles out from my pocket here, these articles I've got my scent on, so human scent. And what the dog is going to do is going to search for these articles, and we'll give again another passive indication. So here we have Dave Hibbert, one of our puppy walkers with police dog Izzy. He's going to set Izzy up. Now, it's important that this dog does a passive indication and does not interfere with the articles in any way. And the reason for that is, with the advances in science and technology, we have the ability to get DNA of these articles, which, of course, can trace the offender back to the scene of the crime. Look at that. Well done. And Izzy is rewarded with a bite and the bite roll there. So David will collect up that article, and he'll set her up again for the other article on this side of the arena. So she's sent off to search. There we go. Well done. Police dog Izzy and Dave Hibbert from our puppy breed scheme. Okay, so we've spoken about pre-course dogs and course dogs. What we're going to show to you now is our current licensed dog with PC Sue Cheek and with police dog King. Now, King is a 4-year-old German Shepherd dog, and Sue and King are on our streets as a GP team at the moment. Once a year, these dogs have to go through what we call a licensing. They have to carry out 21 exercises, and what we're going to show you here are just some of those exercises. We're going to start off with a straight chase exercise. So a fleeing criminal, challenges are made, the dog is deployed and detains the running offender. There we go. Now, what will happen now is Sue will approach, but from a distance, we'll control the dog and ask her out, or ask him out rather, back to the handler and into a secure down position. Sue is now going to approach her offender, attack and handler, so the dog has to make the decision whether or not to break that down, that control position, to back up its handler. And Police Dog King has just done that. There we go. So Sue's just finishing off the search. I'm going to call King back past the criminal. He doesn't interfere with the helper in any way. There we go. Great stuff. Now, one of the other tests that we have to do is a standout exercise. So the dog is going to be deployed again, and challenges will be made. The offender running off decides he's going to stand still. The dog must not engage with the helper in any way, but will sit and bark and detain the helper or the offender by sitting and barking. Now, you would not want to run off from that dog now, would you? Because you know what's going to happen. There we go. Perfectly under control. The dog is recalled to the handler. And Sue will walk up to the helper, who's PC Bob Butler, who's one of our instructors at the kennels. Bit of a chat. Have a nice day. There we go. Super. Okay, what we're going to display to you now is a stop. Now, you can imagine the offender runs off, something happens, that the handler has to get that dog back to them or stop the dog from engaging with that helper. An emergency stop, effectively. So a good bit of control here, challenges are made, dog sent. Well done, Police Dog King. Straight back to the handler. Good. Okay, right, test of courage. So we're going to up the ante a bit now. So as you've seen with the pups earlier, this is just extending that exercise. Bob will advance menacingly towards the dog, wave the stick around, lots of slapping around, lots of shouting. Good. Test of courage. The dog is maintaining that bite. Criminal is disarmed. Well done. There we go. PC Suchik and Police Dog King. Okay, now we're going to move on to a little bit of a demonstration from... I did. That's why I was looking over there, ladies and gentlemen, but they're not, they're over there. That's not very fair, is it? You're meant to tell me when they're coming. Did you see them? Did you see them? We have to deal with this, don't we? We have to deal with this. What we have now is a firearms support dog who's been called in support of our firearms team. PC Keith Bennett, who you see getting out of the patrol car, is collecting his firearms support dog, Police Dog Scar. So the firearms officers will engage with the offender whilst the dog is deployed. Challenges will be made. He's ignoring the challenges, and the dog will have to be deployed to bring him back into cover. Well done. Try and stay on your feet, David. There we go. So the dog is now deployed, tag and drag back into cover, so the firearms officers and the handler are not put on offer. Well done. A nice release. Again, if you look at the article that David is wearing there, it's a bite suit jacket. So again, it's nothing but just a big toy to the dog, and that's the reward for the dog's behaviour. Well done. Right. As I've already said, PC Keith Bennett and Police Dog Scar, one of our firearms support dogs, as well as being a GP dog like Police Dog King that you saw earlier. We're going to display to you a little bit of close control work. So David will do a bit of agitation in front of the animal. He'll sit beside him. The dog will not engage with the equipment. Would you do that? I don't think I'd want to do that. There we go. So stand out again in front of the bite suit. He knows not to engage with the jacket. He's put into a position which also means quiet to the dog, so there's no noise, which is very important with firearms support dogs because they have to approach so that the offender can't see the dog, so the dog is not put in any real danger. There we go. So the dog is rewarded for that correct behaviour with a bite in the bite suit. There we go. So what's going to happen now, there's going to be a bit of an escort. Police dog Scar is going to escort Mr. Angry here, who you'll see later for obvious reasons. That's not the last we've seen of you, is it? Well done. Okay, we're going to move that on now and show you one of our other firearms support dogs, PC Neil Cherrington. Did you have your porridge this morning? Have you been on holiday to Texas recently? Texas? Oh dear. This is not, it's not right, is it? So Neil's going to get police dog Ty out of the patrol car and show you, like David there was giving a lot of noise, a lot of agitation for the dog, Ty here is going to have to engage with the helper here without any assistance or any agitation at all. So this can be quite difficult for dogs because they're not being drawn in. But as you can see, Ty is under perfect control there. Now, the weapon is in front of the offender, so he could grab that at any time and cause harm to members of the public or the police. So the dog has to be deployed. Passive attack. Now look at Ty digging in there. He's dragging him back in. Well done. Tremendous. PC Neil Cherrington and police dog Ty. Okay, now we're not quite finished yet. We've got a gentleman in our group here called Mr. Angry, who you've seen earlier, and we've got to deal with him. We're going to have a bit of fun now. We're going to do what we call a double dog attack. Oh, here we go again. He never gives up, does he? I have to say, we've been at this for a few days now, and as a result, you're a bit quiet now, aren't you? You can't shout as loud as you could you? He's losing his voice now. Oh dear, someone's going to get some grief over there. It's not nice, is it? Not nice at all. So what's going to happen, I'm going to move out the way, and these two dogs are going to be deployed to Mr. Angry. Well done. Now what David's going to do is going to spin the dogs round. They're going to be called to release and cross across each other back to the respective handlers. Well done. David, see me in my office tomorrow, mate. It's not necessary. Right. Okay, that almost concludes our display for you this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have you enjoyed it? If they were louder over there, have you enjoyed it? Can you do better than that? Well done. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to bring the pups on again so you'll see the whole team. So there's Sarah with police dog Pilgrim, our 10-week-old pup, who in 12 months' time will be doing exactly what you've just seen with the bigger dogs, believe it or not. Police dog Cat, Louise. Police dog Ice. Police dog Izzy. Police dog Kenty. Police dog Jasper with his handler Russ Martin. PC Sue Cheek and police dog King. I must hasten to add, because I haven't mentioned it before, but PC Sue Cheek is actually our dog handler of the year at the moment. And that's accredited because of all the excellent work that this team have carried out over the last 12 months. Police dog Scar and PC Keith Bennett. Police dog Ty and PC Neil Cherrington. PC Bob Butler from the Kennels. And the two little miscreants, Mitchell and brothers. Go on, give them some grief. They were heckled yesterday. Well done. PC, Terry Arnett, and Mr. David Raymond, our breed scheme managers. That concludes our demonstration for you this afternoon. I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed it. I know we have. It's always a great pleasure to come to Crufts every year and show you what...
Come on, folks, let's raise the roof.
Thank you.
These guys work on our behalf 365 days a year. What a great display from the West Midlands Police Dog Unit. Really fabulous, and it just shows what they can do on our behalf. We've got the ARF coming up a little bit later.